Hey there, it's Chris Cashman. Welcome to the theater. Getting ready for a holiday show. Don't be alarmed. This is an authentic piece of the story, and you're going to recognize this Christmas classic. We'll tell you all about it tonight on Evening.
3 places to soak, sauna, and take a cold plunge in the PNW. Plus, a very jolly weigh-in with Saint and Jose.
And just like Santa, I want to get to the good stuff.
We share holiday decorations from viewers. And we travel through time and space for an evening rewind interview with actor Nichelle Nichols.
And welcome to the show. I come in peace. In fact, I just beamed in moments ago. We're here at Seattle Center. We're in the Armory downstairs in the Latitude Theater, where for a limited time you can see a Christmas classic, A Christmas Carol, reimagined as a Klingon Christmas Carol. This is the PNW premiere of A Klingon Christmas Carol.
This is the first time we've made it to Seattle and the region.
This is A Klingon Christmas Carol, a bold theatrical retelling of the Charles Dickens classic, but with a glorious twist. It's performed in authentic Klingon.
This is a translation. Latitude Theater does translations primarily, and this is a translation from English into Klingon, or as the Klingons would say, it's in the original Klingon.
In this adaptation, Ebenezer Scrooge isn't just a miserly curmudgeon. In fact, he's not technically called Scrooge at all.
No, in Klingon it's pronounced Scrooja.
It's not just a gimmick. This production dives deep into the heart of the story you think you know, while honoring Klingon culture and theatrical tradition.
It's primarily in Klingon. There's about 7 or 8 minutes that are in English. There's a narrator who says some of the lines that none of the characters say, like Marley was dead to begin with, is not said by a character, so we had to put that in the narrator's mouth. The narrator is speaking in English. There's the conceit that this is hosted by the Vulcan Academy of Cultural Anthropology, and so they are analyzing the original Klingon and how Dickens altered it to make the show that we know.
Easy for you to say all that.
Exactly.
Incredible. Come check out A Klingon Christmas Carol right here at the Latitude Theater through December 28th. Meanwhile, we asked all of you to show us your Christmas decorations on Facebook. Jose and Saint have been busy weeding through, and here's a very jolly weigh-in.
We got all kinds of viewer-submitted holiday decorations. And just like Santa, I want to get to the good stuff. And you know who has good stuff? Who? Tiger Budbill of Bothell. Look at this. He sent us this video, and as you can see, wow, he pretty much went all out. I think we can see his place from space. And I mean that as the highest compliment.
I'm gonna go that he's gonna be in the nice list of Santa just because all that effort.
Yeah, but Tiger, your electric bill called. It wants to negotiate.
Now, Saint, do you know it's a thing of Christmas skeletons?
I've heard Christmas skeleton. I think I even saw one once.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but here it is, Chris with Bella is wishing us happy Christmas. Yeah, and then we have Christy that says, this is me and my husband waiting for Santa. Now, the big secret is, are they trying to scare Santa or they're trying to welcome him?
I think they're just trying to be efficient, Jose. I think you just slap a Santa suit on a skeleton and you've gone from scary
from Halloween to Christmas.
To merry. Okay. It's that easy. Speaking of which, I want you to look at this. This is Susan's living room. It is absolutely glowing with more trees than I can count because I'm not very good at counting. You can practically smell the hot cocoa. Now, before you see my decoration, I just want you to know that I go to other people's homes to celebrate Christmas. I have plenty of family and friends in the area, so don't feel sorry for me when you look at this. This is my Christmas tree. It's made up of some tomato wire, upside down with little green felt. And they had a big sale on green lights, so I went all in.
It looks good, Saint, and I'm proud of you, and you're not alone, okay? Okay, now let's go with Sue and her husband because they are big fans of peanuts. So they have their own Charlie Brown Christmas going on in their front yard. That looks amazing. And out of Browns Point, the Rosen family are offering a Woodman Wonderland. Carrie bought a silver tree this year, and she loves how it turned out. And Marcy's home is absolutely magical.
And look at this is Michelle's bedroom, holiday perfection. Jose, that just leads us to one question.
What question?
What is your holiday decoration? Do I even want to know?
I don't know if you want to know, but this is the thing. Can you believe, Saint, that I don't have a tree?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Okay, so instead of a tree, I have a half skateboarding ramp in my living room, and I put Christmas lights on it, and I put even old Christmas stocking that my mom did when I was a kid.
Oh, that's lovely, but why do you have a skate ramp in your living room?
I don't know, Saint. That's a whole different segment, okay?
That's the magic of Christmas.
Thank you. We love hearing from you. In fact, you can still contribute on that original Facebook post. We would love to see your holiday decorations. Speaking of which, I wonder if this would work with you-cut Christmas trees.
Still to come on Evening, 3 unique places to experience sauna culture.
It's fun to test your limits a little bit.
And how you can win a trip to Rome while helping your local community thrive.
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Welcome back to Evening, everybody. We are at Seattle Center in the Latitude Theater. We're down here in the basement because a Klingon Christmas Carol is on now through December 28th, and some of the performers even tried to teach me that tune. Not too shabby. What a trio there. I'm going to work on my Klingon over a steam. How about that? Because you know, here in the Northwest, we have a lot of Scandinavian culture like saunas. Here's 3 places where you can go for a hot soak and a cold plunge.
Sauna culture dates back centuries, but there's been a recent boom here in the Northwest, with places finding creative ways to practice. In Kirkland, you'll find Vaughn Sauna, Washington State's first floating sauna. Customers start by heating up in a 190-degree sauna, then take a leap of faith into the waters of Lake Washington. After a couple of minutes, you're back in the sauna's warm embrace.
It's fun to test your limits a little bit. And it's like, I think it actually, if you breathe through it, it's a very calming experience.
The entire session lasts for 75 minutes, with prices starting at $40. And the owner says the benefits aren't just physical.
The most rewarding thing for me is honestly just seeing them have beautiful social interactions and exchanging phone numbers, after their sauna sessions. To me, the social impact of sauna probably trumps all.
Want to experience the great outdoors without sacrificing luxury? Head over to Snow Peak Campfield in Long Beach. The site offers upscale tents, cabins, and a spa that overlooks an alder grove.
One of Snow Peak's missions is to restore humanity through that connection to nature.
Modeled after Japanese bathhouses, you can restore your mind and body with a soak in the hot pool, a steam in the Hinoki Cypress sauna, and a refreshing cold plunge. Our last spot is Fett Sauna, a Scandinavian-inspired sanctuary steps away from Owen Beach, where strangers sweat between plunges and find common ground. Partners Haley Bostrom and Leon Sung, both passionate about world travel and wellness, discovered the joys of contrast therapy, alternating between hot saunas and cold plunges while they were on a visit to Norway.
When we set out on this venture, we really wanted a space where Washington's natural beauty could really be highlighted, and Owen Beach was the obvious answer.
Metro Parks has signed on, which means anyone can try out the 75-minute sessions where muggy heat can reach over 180 degrees. So what are you waiting for? Dive in and relax. One of these unique spots.
All of those saunas are open and operational, ready to warm you up this winter. And here's something else that'll get your blood pumping this winter. How about a trip to Rome just because you're helping your local community thrive?
Ciao Roma! Bloodworks Northwest is giving away a trip to literally the most romantic city, Rome. Give blood by December 31st and you could win a Roman holiday for 2. A lucky donor and guest will fly away on Delta's new nonstop service to Rome. Experience a luxury stay at the 5-star Hotel Hassler Roma, overlooking the Spanish Steps. And get tickets to a concert. Pop, rock, or classic. The choice is yours. Donate at Bloodworks Northwest Donation Center or a local blood drive near you. And enter to win at bloodworksnw.org/win. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Coming up on Evening, how you can save yourself from future heartache with useful prevention tips that will help protect you from winter weather disasters.
Evening is sponsored by Bloodworks Northwest.
Welcome back to the show. We are in the theater. This is the Latitude Theater. We are in the basement of the Seattle Center Armory. This is your host for A Klingon Christmas Carol, running now through December 28th. This would be the perfect weekend to come hide out from the nasty weather. Speaking of which, winter weather preparedness. How are you? You haven't started. Not to worry. We've got answers. Aubrey, winter looms. Why is it so important to start winterizing the home?
By winterizing your home, you're working towards preventing additional costs down the road and keep your family safe and keep your holidays safe, right? Check to make sure that your furnace filter has been replaced. Keep that fresh air flowing through, keep your house smelling good, and keep your furnace working at 100%. The thing to remember is when you go to change your filter, look at the size and the numbers on it. The smaller filters you want to change every month. Okay. And then your larger filters about every 3 months. Take a picture of the number on the side, then go to the store. So inside the house, the most important thing to watch out for are uninsulated pipes, or what we call open pipes. Very easy. Get some pipe wrap insulation tape, wrap it around the pipe. It gives the pipe a little more warmth, a little more love to keep that frozen water from occurring inside. An easy way to keep that open pipe underneath the sink from freezing is just open the cupboard, and that lets the warm air from the house circulate inside and keep that pipe from freezing on. And if it gets really, really cold and you're expecting a really deep freeze, that easy little trickle of water, just to let it happen overnight, that moving water really protects the pipe. Some things to really think about when you're in the kitchen. One, as the cook, you stay in the kitchen. You watch what you're cooking, right? Set timers. If you have 4 things cooking at the same time, you know when to take off the right thing. Secondly, what we have here, move away flammable materials from the open flame.
I shouldn't leave that on the stove.
No, we don't want to leave that on the
Fair.
stove. Okay. With a grease fire, you don't want to throw water on it. What you want to do is try to smother it, maybe a pot lid or something like that. Or if you have a fire extinguisher handy, use that. You want your Christmas tree at least 3 feet away from a fireplace or a really warm heater. Make sure that it's watered, because the drier it gets, the more susceptible to fire it gets. Outdoor electrical decorations, they're the cause of 1 in 4 home fires.
Wow.
How can we prevent this? We want to make sure that we're using outdoor lights and outdoor extension cords. They even give you the mega, right? Extreme weather for when it's really cold outside. There's the old incandescent bulb, right?
Those still get hot, right?
They get very hot. LED lights, you can leave them on, less likely to have an issue or a fire.
Aubrey, the Griswolds remind us that this is not how you install your Christmas lights.
That is correct. I like to refer to that as electrical spaghetti, right?
Okay.
These come brand new in a pack. You get them nice, clean. A thing you want to watch out for is connecting too many of these together. You don't want to overload electrical outlets. You want to make sure that it's plugged in a warm, safe, dry area. Water, electricity, bad.
Roof leaks are next in line.
Yes, they're the most common insurance claim in the winter. Make sure we're getting up on the roof line where the gutter sits and cleaning them out. Take off any garden hoses. They're done for the year. Install our styrofoam spigot cover.
Speaking of frozen water, our walkways, this is a busy time of year for visitors, for deliveries. What should we do?
You can go to your local store, pick up some de-icer, sprinkle it, especially on your steps and things like that. It'll keep the walkways clear and not having people slipping and sliding all over the place.
Some good information there. You can learn more about preventing the preventable at go.pemco.com. Of course, 'tis the season to be giving and sharing, and through Home Team Harvest, Washingtonians have come together to look out and provide food access for our neighbors across the state year after year. And one of our Home Team Harvest partners just had another big event benefiting our community in another big way.
The third annual Giving Hope Gala, put on by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center in Tacoma, just happened over the weekend. This fun and important night raised money to support patients of the Salish Cancer Center, as well as their families and caregivers. Last year, the Giving Hope Gala raised $676,000, and this year the goal is $1 million. The black tie event raises the funds needed to ease the financial burden for so many. The Cancer Center is open to all cancer patients in the community. It was a very important night. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians would like to thank those of you who participated in the third annual Giving Hope Gala. Up next, the Star Trek actress who did the first interracial kiss on TV.
Bill could be rather difficult.
It's an evening rewind.
Evening is sponsored by Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening. We are wrapping things up here at the Latitude Theater. We're in the basement of the Armory here at Seattle Center. This is where you come see the Klingon Christmas Carol through December 28th. What a fun show. Come support local arts. By the way, let's keep it right here on the Star Trek theme. We're going to throw it back to an interview we did in 1994 with Nichelle Nichols. Yes, she broke barriers back with the original shows in the 60s, and here is tonight's Evening Rewind.
Kirk here.
Captain, I'm picking up a subspace distress call. Priority channel.
She was the best communications officer in the galaxy on Star Trek. And today, Uhura's hailing frequencies are still wide open.
Hailing frequencies open. This is Commander Uhura. I found what really helped.
But what she's communicating about may surprise you. Nichelle Nichols has decided to open up her personal channels about everything from her affair with Star Trek's creator, to ego clashes on the set, to the racism she encountered as she explored the final frontier.
Fascinating. A pattern is developing. To explore strange new worlds.
When Star Trek first aired in the mid-60s, Nichelle was the first African-American woman to be cast as a regular player on a series. And some told Nichelle she wasn't welcome.
It was a first. It was nobody was supposed to be on there like that, I suppose.
Because you were African-American?
Exactly, exactly.
Nichelle was so frustrated that she told Star Trek's creator Gene Roddenberry that she was quitting after the first season. Then she ran into Dr. Martin Luther King at a party. The civil rights leader talked her out of leaving the show. So Uhura stayed on the bridge, but her troubles weren't over.
Security reports incidents among the crewmen are increasing.
Because Star Trek's captain was developing a planet-sized ego.
Don't tell me that again, science officer!
What was it like working with William Shatner?
Bill could be rather difficult. He's a man of great charm, of great ability. In that first year that we were together, he was wonderful.
But during the second year, he changed.
In the second year, once the show aired, we noticed that Bill began to distance himself from us. And something else that wasn't wonderful about him, he began to interfere in the scripts, and we found our parts being tampered with because of Bill.
In his autobiography, he says the first interracial kiss on television didn't happen.
That is so strange to me.
You be the judge. Nichelle's off-screen smooches were more interesting anyway. She met Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek's creator, in 1963.
And we got to know one another. And not only did we become very good friends, we became lovers.
Nichelle's affair with Roddenberry was over before Star Trek began, but they remained friends to his death.
And before he died, I saw him just a few days before, and he smiled and kissed me, and he said, You know, maybe someday you're going to tell our story.
It's the story of a woman who isn't content to just reach for the stars. She has to visit them too.
What a lady. Nichols passed away at the age of 89 in 2022, and her ashes were launched into deep space. Pretty cool indeed. You know, Star Trek actually debuted here in Seattle in 1966. It was on NBC, King 5. The show turns 60 years old next year. Happy early 60th to Star Trek. All right, thank you so much for watching the show tonight. Don't forget, you can come see a Klingon Christmas Carol right here at Seattle Center through December 28th. Until then, I know exactly how to leave.